All right, let me press continue for that. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my little presentation about Teen Art Salon and a program called Camp Draw-a-Thon that I will be running this summer. Just quickly, a little bit about myself. My name is Isabella Bustamante. I am from Queens. I'm a graduate of the New York City public school system, and I founded Teen Art Salon in 2015 with the idea in mind to support, develop, and promote adolescent artists and demystify the process of starting a career as an artist, because I found a lot of other kinds of art programs in New York City to be a little bit frustrating because they weren't talking about stuff like how to sort of budget for different artworks you want to make, how to price work, so the economics of things, but also that everybody was kind of being made to work really small and really tiny. So one of the things that I've encouraged over the years is working on life-size giant paintings, kind of like the one that's behind me right now, which is by an alumni, Quinn Wilkie, who also went to LaGuardia. If you could see this little gif of the person in the boat, that's by Karen Mogami, who also went to LaGuardia. So when I made these slides, I tried to feature some students from your school that I have known throughout the years. So yeah, very cool that we got this from Karen. When I launched the program of Teen Art Salon in 2015, it was really because I was frustrated that no galleries or museums were really showing work made by adolescents. I felt, how could we sort of know about what it's like to be an artist in the 21st century if we're not looking at people whose work is still developing? So I had an exhibition called Juvenalia, which was picked up by Paper Magazine, and we had a lot of enthusiasm in the beginning, and that's how I was able to get the trust of some young people to come and try out my program method. This was my very first group of students, because before the pandemic, I would have in-person studio time. You didn't have to sign up for our program. You didn't have to have a parental permission slip. You could just roll up anytime during studio hours on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. And actually, this crew back here is a LaGuardia crew from your school as well. So after kind of doing some initial work with thinking about like what are sort of ways that I can push students conceptually and think about not just the 2D elements of their portfolio, I also wanted to give young people professional experience in the industry. So these are two working on large scale projects. On the right side is Luna, who Miss Schwartz has had in the past, who did a 7-panel storyboard, all done with our amazing set of Prismacolors, about a character called Moon Boy. This was a project that took almost 2 years to complete, because I was really interested in not just having people come in and sort of doodle and just work on something one time, but that there was like long-term sustainable development to create your dream project. On the left side is Anissa Razaf, a student of Miss Schwartz and Miss Park, who does all of my kind of graphic design right now for the Drawing All-Stars program, who also co-teaches with me. She'll be there this summer, currently attending Cooper Union. And that's an 8-foot by 7-foot oil painting that was done in our studio space. Now, Teen Art Salon and myself are committed to valuing young people as cultural contributors. I really don't like that so much of the time it's about getting youth to consume things that they create. So number one, I always push for the right to authorship, participation, and compensation. If people are asking about your ideas and want feedback from youth directly, I always try and make sure that they are getting compensated, that there's opportunities to sell work, things like that. And one of the ways that I was able to create visibility for young people in their art was through having large scale exhibitions. This is Dylan Effinger, also a LaGuardia alum, and the Blick downtown in Soho by the Spring Street shop. Our artist had taken over those windows. So these were some big oil paintings they did in my studio. This is a large pen and ink drawing, and then these others here. So really just trying to give people the opportunity to be seen by just the public on the street as well. and taking things outside of the gallery space. Teen Art Salon students were the first and only ever to be invited by the Ace Hotel in New York to spend the night for free, to be given food, to be given materials, to work on a project of their choice for 24 hours. So most of these students were 16, 17, and 18. I believe that there were 4 of them, and they stayed overnight to create projects, anything from this really awesome watercolor piece that you see down here to this shirt, which was called A Guide to Staying Awake. It had stuff that said caffeinate, stimulate, but also fact check, stay vigilant, and keep moving forward. And then Miss Park might recognize on the bottom right, Dane, who just graduated from Cooper Union, who is also a past student. Now moving on, I also did do something called an art residency at the Wasaic Project, where I took students away for 3 to 4 nights, where they got their own studio and they worked by themselves over that time on a project, and we did crits. Again, there's not many residencies at all that I know of that are for teenagers that are giving them that experience of what it feels like to sort of be by yourself, have to come up with original content to make a work of art, and get sort of used to seeing, hey, is this something that I want to do as a career? And this slide back here was, I took this open studio program to Florida a couple of years back. But I'm here mainly to talk about our current programming. What are we doing right now? We had a year-round program called Drawing All Stars. This is coming back in October in the fall. So if you're interested in our year-round program, you are all eligible for that. That's for 9th through 11th graders, and we meet 1 to 2 weekends per month. And it's really just developing and amplifying your creative career ambitions. We're working between our studio space, where people are making personal projects, and the Drawing Center in Soho. These are just some of the submissions that people sent us to get into that Drawing All Stars program. One of these here is someone that goes to LaGuardia. I won't say which because it doesn't matter, but just to give you a sense that Drawing All Stars and the program I'm going to talk about for the summertime, Camp Draw-a-Thon, are all drawing based programs. So we are going to do watercolor. We will do mixed media and collage. There will be gouache that factors in, but it's mainly for those who are obsessed with drawing. So if you draw in your sketchbook every day or every other day, and that's something that you love to do, I think this program is going to be a good match for you. This is some images of us in our studio space, which is in Long Island City. That is by the Court Square stop in Queens. That's the 7 train. That's the E train. That's the M train. There's also all the yellow trains that go to Queensboro Plaza, like the R and the Q and the N train. And when we are in the studio, that's where we're working on the large scale projects. These were some drawings of Humpty Dumpty that we did for our storytelling class. Maybe if you join, I'll talk a little bit more about why we did this prompt to think about kind of exaggerated imagination. And then this is an image of everybody in the Drawing Center space. Like I mentioned, that's in Soho, and that is the ACE trains to Canal Street. It's also the Spring Street 6 train and the Prince Street, I think N and R goes to Prince Street. So I wanted to just let everybody know where the trains were for this program in case you're thinking about your commute. But we are providing food, we are providing Metro cards, and also sketchbooks. So here's some of the sketchbook spreads just from an exercise that particular day. But our summer edition, Camp Draw-a-Thon, is going to be from Monday, August 15th to Saturday, August 20th. This is only a week. It's just 6 days. It's kind of at that middle end of August, where if you're doing a program, that's all of July, or if you're going to see your family, all of July and most of the beginning of August, you should be eligible for this. Or if you're just somebody who, would love to do a program that's more intensive, but maybe doesn't take like a full month, I think this would be a great match. And the main goal of this program is to help students fill an entire sketchbook. Now, some people might be doing that already in their practice and in this group, but this will just kind of push you with a lot of different dynamic exercises. So we do a lot of dialogue based chatting, we do stuff to music, we do I Spy team based exercises. It's a really good time, and we're looking mostly at contemporary artists. So if you find sort of that Eurocentric old master stuff a snooze fest, don't worry, we celebrate manga in this. We talk about anime, graphic novels, album art, anything that's sort of pop cultural, whether that's video games to reality television, ways that art is being used in visual culture is a part of the exercises that we do for our program. And for the application, it's got to be one of the easiest, I think, that exists. It's just one question, which is why do you want to draw every day? And then to share 3 files of a drawing or a sketchbook spread page. So those are the only things that you have to do. This is due on Monday, June 14th. So Monday, June 14th at midnight. You could send it in tonight if you feel like you already have the stuff. Again, we don't want people to necessarily even show finished pieces. It's more just, can you fill sort of a page, and are you willing to dynamically explore your own drawing style? So with that, before I maybe go into just a little bit more about what some of like the finished product sketchbooks have looked like for different people who have done the program, are there questions, Miss Park or Miss Schwartz, that I can answer from anyone? Anyone here? I'm very friendly, as you can maybe tell.
We do have some questions, so here we go.
Okay, cool.
Wait, what are the dates for the Teen Art Salon?
So for the for the Camp Draw-a-Thon, which is coming this summer, that's going to be Monday, August 15th to Saturday, August 20th from 9 a.m. to noon. So it's just 6 days in a row, bright and early in the morning. And then our year-round program starts in October.
But with Teen Art Salon, how often does that meet?
So our studio is currently not open right now. That may be something that changes closer towards the end of the summer. So I will send Ms. Parker, Ms. Schwartz info if we start being open on a weekly basis again. But right now we are focusing on mainly application-based drawing programs.
Okay. Other questions? Other questions?
Is the drawing center open?
Yeah, the drawing center is a right? Isabella, they had a question about the drawing center. So the drawing center is a gallery that's open during most like gallery hours, right? Like weekdays.
Yes, so it's open Wednesday through Sunday from noon until 6 p.m. It is completely free, and you can go again, actually starting, I believe it's June 15th, because they're going to have a completely new show up. So they're closed right now for the installation, but they will have a completely new show up. Their grand opening is the evening of June 15th. So I will send Ms. Schwartz that, because you are absolutely welcome to go. You can even get a discount in the shop if you say you're with Teen Art Salon or Drawing All Stars for the materials. They have a bunch of stuff, anything from like color pencils to notebooks to different art books there. And they are extremely friendly to any young people that want to hang out and make conversation and go by, or just silently look at the work. And if any of you just wanted to know for your communities where you live, if you have cousins, if you have siblings, if you have people that are at other schools that aren't even art schools who just love to draw and they have a practice of drawing, they are also welcome to apply. I also don't know if I said this program is completely free. So it is, if that wasn't clear. And also for the summer program, Moleskine is our sponsor. And I think we're getting big watercolor, nice looking sketchbooks that will be given out to everybody, like those pretty cal art sketchbooks you see in all those videos. That's what we're trying to get from Moleskine, who are gonna provide us the sketchbooks for this round.
I just wanted to interject and say, guys, the drawing center is in Soho. It's in a really cool area to be in the summer. Like if you have time, this is a free program. It's 1 week. It's 9 to 12. To make those connections with Isabella, to make those connections with the drawing center, it's never too early. You guys are going and by junior and senior year, it's super important. This is a great time to make those connections. Especially if like you're like, yeah, I might want to be like going into the world of curating or working with galleries and organizations like that. This is how you get to really make those connections.
Yes.
The question. Oh, thank you. Kyle, question. That's a gallery, so you could just go and visit, but you would want to sign up with Isabella.
Yeah. The team,
And to add what you were saying, Ms. Park, about just it's never too early. Also finding people to be your collaborators. Maybe you're working on zines. Maybe you have a podcast. Maybe you have a special TikTok channel where you give people tips on blending Prismacolors. You will be able to meet students from across the 5 boroughs. We have people from the Bronx, we have people from Brooklyn, we have people from Staten Island. So it's all 5 boroughs that people come out and commute to do the program. And for the year round, we start people in 9th grade, and some of our best artists are 9th graders. So even if you're on the younger side, it's for you, this program, and it's a good motivating factor to have different grades working together.
yeah. So the Teen Art Salon, Isabella's organization, has teamed up with the Drawing Center on a bunch of different things, right?
Yes. So we also do virtual programs occasionally. I believe we might have 1 or 2 virtual workshops coming in July. So anytime you get one of those emails from Ms. Schwartz, from Ms. Park, open them up if they say Teen Art Salon or the Drawing Center, because we have some virtual ones which you can join from all over the world. We've had students from Mexico, from Spain, from Russia, from England join these. So it's kind of cool to have international sort of relationships with other young artists as well.
So the current program that's going on right now is the All-Stars, right?
Yes, so the All-Stars, so Camp Draw-a-Thon is like, so the All-Stars, which we use this iconography for everything because that's going to be our year round. So this is the current program that we're doing right now in the Drawing Center space. And that's our studio. And it will look, what we're doing at the Drawing Center, very similar to the Camp Draw-a-Thon. We'll be in the galleries, we'll be responding to artwork. You'll be working in a sketchbook, but you'll also be working on like large sheets of paper. We do like a lot of drawing based games. It can be sometimes representational, right? Drawing from observation and life, but it's mostly more conceptual, where we'll do things that are sometimes like design a suite, draw a secret, that are a little bit more open-ended. They're very experimental. Draw 2 lines that meet in the corner of the page, things like that.
That sounds great, thank you. And so that Drawing All-Stars, that'll open up again in September or October,
Yes,
right?
that'll open up in the beginning of October, and I believe that you'll be able to do both the Camp Draw-a-Thon and All-Stars. So you will be out these grades, people that are rising 10th and 11th currently, in 9th and 10th will also be eligible in the fall to do All Stars. And All Stars is so fun because it's like only once or twice a month. So if you have other commitments on the weekdays and weekends, you're able to do other things with your life as well.
Wait, is drawing all stars like, wait, is it in person or is it online?
It's in person.
Okay.
So this program is in person. The Camp Draw-a-Thon's in person. Drawing All Stars is in person, but we occasionally have what we call Draw Now online workshops.
Okay, and like you can find all this information online, right?
Yes, right down there, and I know that's kind of long, is the form, but let me just show everybody. I'm gonna go on the Drawing Center's website just so everyone can see where this is, and I'm gonna share my screen right now. Okay, so because what here we go. Okay, so you're on the Drawing Center website. It's just Drawing Center. You don't even have to put the just drawingcenter.org. You can take a look at some of the awesome artworks, but all you have to do is scroll down and you'll see Camp Draw-a-Thon. You'll click on it. And then there's a little bit more information about the program. Some cool artwork by none other than Anissa Razak, probably one of LaGuardia's biggest art department celebrities right now. And you'll see the apply button right here.
Cool. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Other questions? Any other questions before we wrap up? All right.
Any other questions, Ms. Schwartz?
No, that's all our questions. Thank
Okay,
you so
cool.
much. Yeah, our class ends in like 6 minutes, so we have to go.
All right, I'll see you later, but
Thank you so
anybody
much.
is welcome. You can give people, I'm just gonna put it in the chat real quick. Hello, dancing time over there. You can reach me at outreach@teenartsalon.com if you have questions. So I just put that in the chat. That's outreach@teenartsalon.com. Message me, talk to me, send your friends. If they're not in this class, ask them to join it with you. We're gonna have a good time. We're a rebellious art program, so we have fun. I'll see you all later.
Thank you. Guys, can you give her a little hand?